If you've ever watched Mutiny on the Bounty, you already know it's not just another old Hollywood movie. It's massive, dramatic, emotional, and honestly a little wild both on screen and behind the scenes. Released in 1962, this epic sea adventure tells the true story of rebellion aboard a British naval ship in the late 1700s. But what most people don't realize is that the real drama wasn't just the mutiny, it was everything happening during production. This movie became one of the most expensive and troubled films ever made at the time. There were delays, conflicts, extreme weather, and one very unpredictable superstar who changed everything. Today, we're diving deep into 20 hidden facts about Mutiny on the Bounty that will completely change how you see this classic forever. Let's get started. Fact number 1. Marlon Brando was paid an insane salary. When Marlon Brando signed on to play Fletcher Christian, he didn't just accept a normal paycheck. He negotiated one of the biggest salaries in Hollywood history at the time, around $500,000 up front. But that wasn't all. He also got a percentage of the profits. That might not sound shocking today, but in 1962 this was absolutely unheard of. Brando was already considered one of the greatest actors alive thanks to films like On the Waterfront and A Streetcar Named Desire. MGM knew his name alone could sell tickets. But this huge salary also created pressure. Every delay, every problem, every extra day of shooting made the studio lose more money. And unfortunately, there were a lot of delays. Brando's salary became one of the reasons the film went massively over budget. Fact number 2. The movie almost bankrupted MGM. The studio behind the film Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer originally planned the movie to cost around $12 million. But by the time production finished, the cost had exploded to over $19 million, which would be nearly $200 million today when adjusted for inflation. This made it one of the most expensive films ever made at the time. The financial damage was so severe that MGM struggled for years afterward. Some executives even lost their jobs because of the disaster. Even though the movie eventually made money, it wasn't enough to justify the massive spending. For MGM, this wasn't just a movie. It was a financial gamble that nearly destroyed the studio. Fact number 3. Brando completely changed his character. Originally, Fletcher Christian was supposed to be played as a traditional British naval officer, serious, disciplined, and formal. But Brando had other ideas. He decided to give Christian a strange, aristocratic accent that sounded almost like upper-class British nobility. He also played him as more emotional, sensitive, and unpredictable. This confused everyone, including the director. But Brando believed Fletcher Christian wasn't just a hero or villain. He was a conflicted human being pushed to his limits. His interpretation made the character feel more real, but it also caused tension on set. Not everyone agreed with his creative choices. Fact number 4. The original director was fired. The film was originally directed by Lewis Milestone, who was already a respected Hollywood veteran. But production quickly became chaotic. Milestone struggled to control Brando, who often questioned scenes, rewrote dialogue, and challenged decisions. The shoot fell behind schedule, and costs kept rising. Eventually, Milestone was removed from directing before filming was fully complete. This was extremely rare for such a major production. Other crew members had to step in and finish the movie. This showed just how out of control the production had become. Fact number 5. Brando constantly delayed filming. One of the biggest reasons production dragged on was Brando himself. He often arrived late to set, sometimes hours late. Other times he would refuse to film scenes unless changes were made. He would question dialogue, suggest rewrites, and even refuse to perform scenes he didn't like. This frustrated the crew, the director, and the studio executives. But Brando had enormous power. The studio couldn't simply fire him, he was the star of the movie. So they had no choice but to wait. These delays cost millions of dollars. Fact number 6. The film was shot in real ocean conditions. Unlike many older movies that use studio tanks, Mutiny on the Bounty was filmed on the real ocean. This meant dealing with massive waves, unpredictable weather, and dangerous conditions. Cameras had to be stabilized on moving ships. Actors had to perform while the ship rocked back and forth. Crew members sometimes got seasick. Equipment was damaged by salt water. But this realism made the movie look incredible. You can feel the power of the ocean in every scene. Fact number 7. A full-size replica of the Bounty was built. The filmmakers didn't use miniatures for most scenes. They built a full-scale replica of the HMS Bounty. This ship was completely functional, and could actually sail. It took months to construct and cost a fortune, but it gave the movie unmatched realism. The ship looked authentic because it was authentic. This wasn't just a prop, it was a real ship. Fact number 8. Filming in Tahiti was both beautiful and dangerous. Much of the movie was filmed in Tahiti. The location was absolutely stunning. Crystal clear water, tropical forests, and breathtaking scenery. But it wasn't easy. The heat was intense. The humidity damaged equipment. Crew members got sick. Weather constantly disrupted filming. Still, the natural beauty of Tahiti became one of the film's greatest strengths. Fact number 9. Brando fell in love during filming. While filming in Tahiti, Brando fell in love with a local woman named Tarita. She played one of the island women in the film. Their romance became serious, and they eventually got married. Brando loved Tahiti so much that he later bought a private island there. This movie didn't just change his career, it changed his life. Fact number 10. The ship scenes were extremely dangerous. Working on a real ship created real risks. Actors could slip, fall, or be injured. Crew members had to secure equipment carefully. Strong winds and waves made filming unpredictable. Safety standards in the 1960s weren't as strict as today. Everyone had to be extremely careful. This added tension, but also realism. Fact number 11. Trevor Howard played a very different Captain Bligh. Trevor Howard played Captain Bligh in this version. Unlike earlier versions that portrayed Bligh as purely evil, Howard played him as more complex. He wasn't just a villain. He was strict, disciplined, and obsessed with duty. This made the story feel more realistic. It showed both sides of the conflict. Fact number 12. The film took years to complete. Production lasted far longer than planned. Filming delays, weather problems, and creative disagreements slowed everything down. What should have taken months took years. This made the film legendary for its troubled production. Fact number 13. Brando improvised many scenes. Brando didn't always stick to the script. He improvised lines. He changed delivery. He added emotional moments. This made his performance feel more natural. But it also frustrated the crew. They never knew what he would do next. Fact number 14. The film was shot in Ultra Panavision 70. The movie used Ultra Panavision 70 format. This created incredibly wide, detailed images. It made the ocean look huge. It made the ship look small and vulnerable. This visual scale added power to the story. Fact number 15. The crew lived on location for months. Many cast and crew members lived in Tahiti for months. They were far from home. They had limited communication with the outside world. This created isolation just like the characters experienced. It helped actors connect with their roles. Fact number 16. The movie was a remake of an earlier classic. This wasn't the first bounty movie. There was a famous 1935 version, but the 1962 version aimed to be bigger and more realistic. It used modern technology. It focused more on emotional complexity. Fact number 17. Brando's perfectionism slowed production. Brando wanted every detail to feel real. He questioned everything. Costumes, dialogue, camera angles. This slowed production but improved performance quality. Fact number 18. The ending was emotionally difficult to film. The final scenes were intense. Actors had to show emotional conflict. Exhaustion from long filming made emotions feel real. The result was powerful and authentic. Fact number 19. The film received Oscar nominations. Despite production problems, the film was nominated for several Academy Awards. Critics praised its visuals and performances. It proved the effort wasn't wasted. Fact number 20. The movie became a legendary Hollywood story. Today, Mutiny on the Bounty is remembered not just as a film, but as one of Hollywood's most famous troubled productions. It showed the risks of big-budget filmmaking. It showed the power of great actors. It showed how difficult filmmaking can be. And it proved that even chaos can create something unforgettable. Mutiny on the Bounty isn't just a movie about rebellion on the ocean. It's a story of rebellion behind the camera too. Massive budgets, creative clashes, dangerous filming conditions, and one of the most unpredictable actors in history all combined to create something truly unique. And honestly, that's what makes this film so fascinating. Because sometimes the greatest stories aren't just on screen, they happen behind it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which classic movie you want me to cover next. Until next time.